Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namo Namaha. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are joining. In these 2 days, yesterday and today, on occasion of Makara Sankranti, we are running a special session. On the 14th of Jan, here in Bangalore, we did 108 Surya Namaskar. Makara Sankranti in the northern hemisphere, Makara, it's a Arka, it's a solar month. Every month has a name, it's a Makara. Makara is according to the Makara Sankramana. Every month in the solar calendar has a name. It is a Makara. It's a month of Makara. Makara, from there, Uttarayana starts. Ayana means a Prayana, the moving towards the north. The sun is moving towards the north, the daytime starts increasing. From the Uttarayana from the Makara indicates the daytime is becoming longer, whereas in Australia, for example, it is a Dakshinayana. Sun is going towards the south, day is becoming shorter. The Uttarayana, why we do the Surya Namaskar, 108 Surya Namaskar, it is a saluting to the Lord who gives in abundance. He is going towards the north, daytime is increasing. We are offering our obeisance by doing Surya Namaskar. And we did the Shanti Mantra, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. Life is meant to be meant for moving from darkness to light. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. That is why in Mahabharata, Bhishmacharya, though he fell down after fighting the battle for first Mahabharata war was for 18 days, he was fighting for 10 days. 10 days, though he fell down after 10 days, he did not leave his body. He wanted to wait for sun to ascend towards the north. He wants to see the daytime becoming longer. He wants to see the Uttarayana to start. Uttarayana means, Uttara means moving higher. Uttar means upward. Sun has to move upward. He did not leave his body. He had a Icha Marana Shakti. He could able to leave the body at will, and he waited for sun to ascend to the north. He waited for that one, and when the Uttarayana happens, he left the body. And in the scripture it says, it's those who die when the light is there. When the Agnirjyoti Aha Shukla Shanmasa Uttarayanam, Bhagavad Gita talks about when Jyoti is there, Agni is there, light is there, and Uttarayana is there. Everything light. One who leaves the body when the light is there, one who has led the life in light and in light, undoubtedly that soul will ascend to the north, upward. On the other token, one who leaves the body when it's a darkness, Dhumo Ratri, then night, darkness and smoke, and in confusion, ignorance. One who leaves the body, that soul goes downward. The Uttarayana, Makara, Sankramana, Sankranti, it's a special day in India, and the one who is reveling the light, it's a move towards the light. Yoga is meant to move towards the light, not to go towards the darkness. Where is the light? Knowledge is light, ignorance is darkness. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, asato ma sadgamaya, asat and ignorance is darkness, and asato ma sadgamaya, and light, knowledge is the emancipation. Knowledge emancipates. We must strive towards the knowledge. And these 2 days, the theme is body immunity, improving the body immunity through yoga. COVID times across the globe, the COVID the situation is rampant, and many countries are affected. Because of that, supply chain has been affected, the supplies, the shipping cost has skyrocketed, and produce price has gone up, and things have gone out of control. We are at the mercy of the shipping company. Many people have fallen sick. The how yoga can help, the yogic tips for COVID times. One, yesterday I talked about look after your mind. Lead and think positive, think noble, think auspicious. Always think good, think noble, think positive. The positivity in the mind itself is it boosts the antibodies. Antibodies, people may be taking all the rich food and protein, rich in protein, all the rich food, but if the mind is polluted, always negative thinking, it won't help. The first healing happens, have a positive mind. Think good, think noble, think auspicious. That itself generates the positive vibes in you, antibodies goes up. Not only you, whoever has come in contact with you, their positivity in their life increases. The first is, I talked about Uddharer Atmanatmanam Natmanam Avasade Atmaiva Atmano Bandhu Atmaiva Ripuratmanaham. Yesterday I touched upon that one. And second one I talked about is Yukta Ahara Viharasya Yukta Chestasya Karmasu Yukta Swapna Avabodhasya Yogo Bhavati Dukkaham. Be mindful of food what you eat. Not, your mouth is not a dustbin. Whenever you go past kitchen cabinet and throw something into your mouth is not a dustbin. And throw whatever possible, whatever you come across, and you throw the food into your mouth. Mouth is not a dustbin. You are not a dustbin. Be mindful of what you are eating. Be mindful. You should have a control to choose what food should go in, rather than food chooses you. That you may have plenty of food in the kitchen table, but you should be able to go past, not getting attracted by that one. That much of control you should have. There may be a 10-course meal available. I am not tempted by that one. And controlling the, as I mentioned, the tongue is connected to Swadhisthana chakra. Having a control over Swadhisthana chakra is a challenge even for an adept yogi. You should have a control over your tongue. The tongue has so many taste buds. Taste buds are calling you, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one, but you say, sorry, I won't give whatever you want. I choose what I take. I eat not for taste, I eat what is good for me. The food I eat must agree with me. must agree with me. Shri Krishna talks about the food for a person seeking the good health. What type of food one eats? Ayus sattvam balarogyam sukha priti vivardhanah rasya snigdha sthira hridya ahara satvika priyaha. The food what I am eating should nourish my body. Because Annamaya Kosha, this body is called as an Annamaya Kosha, made up of earth material. The food I am eating, it is also Anna. That Anna, it should go here, should get assimilated well. The food I eat should not become a burden on the stomach and get indigested and constipation. Should not happen, that one. The food I eat should get assimilated well into the body. Good nourishment, it should nourish my body. Annamaya Kosha, and Taittiriya Upanishad also talks about, initially I eat food to nourish the body, and at the end the food itself devours this body, and body gets disintegrated because of the food. Initially, food we eat to nourish the body, and later on, food itself consumes this body and puts it back onto the Panchabhuta. We must be mindful. This body got to be protected. With a great difficulty, we got this body. It is not this ordinary vehicle. It's an extraordinary vehicle. Look after this body. Look after this body with utmost care. We are a long traveler. We are a long traveler. Destination is far ahead. We need a strong vehicle, good conditioned vehicle. We don't want frequent breakdown. This vehicle should not break down every 2 kilometers, and I should spend my time shuttling between the hospitals. I should make use of this body for my sadhana. And for that, Ayus Sattvam, one who food which increases my lifespan, and nourishing food, succulent food, juicy food, and fresh food. Balarogyam, which increases the arogya, which increases the strength. Sukha priti, increases the happiness within. That type of food you must eat to look after the body. In the Chandogya Upanishad also it talks about the food, what you eat has a bearing on the mind. When you start throwing all the junk into the body, mind also is corrupted. We are not here only to please our friends and families and eat whatever you want, because the food has a bearing on the mind. You should eat the food which is good for your mind. In Hindi there is a saying, Jaisa an, Aisa man. The type of food what you eat, it has a bearing on the mind. And be mindful of the food what you are eating. You are the what you eat. You are what you eat. Eat the one, because of that your mind is illumined. And drink also, you should be mindful, not for a merry-making alcohol drinks. People take alcohol also because alcohol, to uplift the mind, I am drinking alcohol, they say it is not uplifting. In fact, it is putting the mind down. It depresses the mind. It depresses the mind. Alcohol, narcotics depresses the mind. And you should, that is why the police official do the breath test. Whether you have consumed alcohol, it is expressed through your the breath. Jaisa pani, aisa bani. You talk according to the drink you take. Take the drink which is sattvic drink. Alcohol, it makes your speech slurry, distorted. You don't know what you are talking about. And take the drink also sattvic drink, ahara, right food, and for the good mind and good speech. We should be able to talk good, so that whatever I think, I should be able to talk. The right food, able to think right, and right drink, able to talk right, able to communicate well. And yesterday also I talked about for COVID times, we should be mindful of input. The input what we give to the body, so is the output. We should make sure that we should observe the social distancing. Social distancing from unnecessary things from our life, we should distance ourselves. Social distancing from the social media, whichever is not relevant to us, maintain distance. It is not important for my life. My journey is important. I am a traveler. For my life, for my journey, whatever is beneficial, I should resort to that one. Maintain social distance, social distancing, unnecessary, irrelevant things which is not relevant to my life, my journey, which is not propelling my life to go upward. Stay away from that one. And it is social distancing is important, and maintain the social distance so that unnecessary things won't bombard your life. And be mindful of the food what you are eating, and your social circles, your social friends, your friends you are associating with. You be mindful of that one. Many people, that is why the many sadhaks, they observe mauna. They don't want to talk. I don't feel like talking to anyone. What is there to talk? Whatever I speak, they don't understand my language. What is the point in talking to them? Many sadhaks, they observe silence. They have given up. My language, they don't understand. Their language is useless for me. So they observe silence. And yukta ahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya. When your thinking is good, thinking is noble, thinking is auspicious, your actions are obviously great. The outcome is great. Outcome becomes great. And your life, you should not lead a life without any vision. Everyone must become a visionary. You must think big. You must have a bigger picture in your life. What I want to be in my life, what you are in your life, it is a gift from the God to you. But what you become in your life is your gift to the Creator. You have to give it back to the Creator by becoming someone extraordinary. Otherwise, you are just here, you are come with a plate full of riches, you are exhausting the riches, going in poverty. You should become someone extraordinary to excel in your life. That is your offering to the Creator. You give it back to the Creator. And yukta, you have a vision. When you have the vision, and the vision should not be an ordinary vision, trivial things. You must think something extraordinary. Not ordinary thinking, making some money, making some building some wealth portfolio and becoming some millionaire, billionaire, and they are the ordinary thinking. Think something extraordinary. Think extraordinary, and that vision, it is not an easily accomplishable. think something extraordinary with work towards that one. You are not changing the goalpost every day. Have the vision for your life and work towards that one. Work towards that one. That vision, when you realize that person, that visionary, one who has realized the vision is called as a realized person. And a realized person, and another one is Yukta Swapna Avabodhasya. You should be able to adapt to the situation. You can't say whatever my forefathers did 100 years back, 200 years back, 500 years back, I should do now also. Because the world, Jagat meaning Gacchati iti Jagat. Every day it is changing. The changing times, changing situation. I should be able to adopt the fundamental knowledge into the current knowledge. I should be able to apply the fundamentals into application, applied knowledge. I should be able to apply to the current situation. If I do not know how to apply, then many people, they say, I am not interested in scriptures. It is not relevant to my life. Why many youths, they are not drawn towards the scriptures? And because they are not exposed to someone who can apply the fundamental science to the modern times. It should be able to apply to the modern times, then only it has a relevance. You should be able to apply the fundamentals to the modern, apply to the modern changing times. Fundamental science and applied science must go together. When it has happened, your life is filled with exuberance, positivity, the positive life, positive makeup, the positivity in us. When I am positive, mind is elevated. The 37 and odd trillion cells in the body becomes positive in my life. Each cell in the body start communicating with each other cell. If myself is negative, and modern day condition, it is called as autoimmune disease. Autoimmune disease, each cell thinks the neighbor as a threat. I don't get along with my neighbors, I don't get along with other people, I pick up quarrel with everyone. The same applies to my cells in the body. They start attacking each other. It is called as an autoimmune disease. Have the positivity, smile on your face. When you go deep within, when you start going deep within, and you find the peace, tranquility. When you have discovered yourself, you have understood everyone. The main reason for the conflict, modern day conflict, is wrong identification. I haven't discovered myself. I haven't seen myself. I haven't discovered myself. When I have seen myself, when I have understood myself, I have understood everyone. There is no disharmony. There is no disharmony for the world peace, for the harmony in the world. The sutra for the disharmony in this world, to overcome the disharmony and conflicts in the world, conflict everywhere, and the many countries are going through the tough time, is the go within, discover. If we come across someone who has discovered himself, he or she becomes a great value for the whole world. The whole world, that person is of a great value. On the other token, if I lead a life without discovering myself, I may have everything in abundance. I live as a burden for myself and burden for others. The health tips for COVID times: go within, discover within. Discover yourself, realize yourself, then you have realized everyone. There is no conflict, there is no turmoil. There may be COVID time, so much of depression. When I have discovered this one, I see the joy everywhere. I see the joy everywhere in the nature, everywhere. I am no more in depression, I am no more in anxiety. I am at peace. This is the message for Makara Sankranti and the health tips for Corona times. Lie down on your back.